Once you arrive in the departure lounge, you will have several options and services available. You will have access to seating, toilets, food and refreshments outlets, an area where you can watch planes taking off and landing, and an OCS assistance desk. There will also be many large screens with upcoming flight information, including the gate number you will need to go to in order to board your plane. There will also be regular loudspeaker announcements for passengers to make their way to a particular gate, but not all of these will be for your flight. Whilst you are in the departure lounge, it will be a good idea to check that you have all the necessary documents for boarding the plane. This will include the boarding passes you were given at the check-in desk, your tickets and your passport. While you are waiting, you may wish to check out one of the great Sky Zone play and interactive areas. Here, you and your child or young person can pass any waiting time, playing games or doing interactive or sensory activities. Please visit the Sky Zone page on Birmingham Airport's website for all the details. Keep an eye on the flight information screens for when you are due to board and which gate you will need to join the queue for. Once you are called to your boarding gate by loudspeaker announcement, or you have seen the screen information for your flight change to boarding, you can then make your way to the designated gate. There will probably be a queue, but you can arrange to be escorted to the front of the queue by contacting OCS before you arrive at the airport. At the boarding gate, you will be greeted by someone who will ask you to show them your documents. Once these are checked, you will proceed to the plane.